Hello, Pisces. This is a Pisces reading for all placements of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars. This is also the extended reading of my reading done over on TikTok. So first up is the lesson in this love reading. We have success, okay? And it says, I know that there is no greater goal than love. And I want you to pay attention here. There's something here in this yellow, which has to do with our sacral chakra. I do feel like this relationship, you are seeing the best side of him, but the reality is you're kind of making excuses. And the reason is because you don't have confidence in yourself. And you don't have confidence to either call him forward, which, make him step up, or you don't believe that you deserve better, okay? This is a very worldly man. This is the King of Wands, could be Leo, Sag, or Aries, but he's very worldly, he's very wise, he has definitely slayed the goals, so to speak. We have the Queen of Pentacles there, which tells me, he has money that has been sitting in the bank, and he's very prosperous and he can do the thing, right? But it does show that you're walking away. And part of me feels like you don't necessarily need to walk away. You need to kind of grow some big old ovaries is what I'm hearing for you. I don't like to say balls. I like to say ovaries because that's what we have. But I feel like you need to grow a pair. And you need to kind of step it up in a way that calls him forward too. So you know what? I love you, but I don't like the way you're acting because it's really not the best version of you. And I want you to be the best version of you. So let's go through and do a full spread here. Now, if you decide that this is true, I would love to hear your version in the comments. Let me know if you agree or if this is happening to you. I would love to know. So we do have Judgment. So again, it's coming back around. So I feel like this is something that you guys have thought about before, and then maybe he got better and then he just started all over again. And so it's coming back around, and it's basically, it's time to pay the piper, and it's time to be like, no, we're either doing this or we're not, okay? I think Spirit is definitely saying it's time for you to boss up, so to speak. What's starting up is the Ace of Cups. So you're showing up as the Ace of Cups, which is basically the beginning. It's the cup overflowing. It's an offering. And I do feel like, Pisces, that you can walk into this and be like, you know what? I love you so much. I love everything about you, but I'm really concerned about these few things. And I feel like that's what you're going to say. What's coming across is the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't know if maybe you're like, well, I don't really need those things because he makes enough money, or, he gives us a very comfortable life, and, we are really blessed. And so some of these things are just, my feelings aren't really important. No, bullshit. This is what I work on with women. This is why I do retreats. This is why I, do personal readings and really get and, work on that woman wound that you have, because no, your feelings are just as important as how much money's in the bank and the stability of your home, okay? You are the stability in your home. Your feelings matter too. The root of the problem is the Magician. It almost feels like, okay, so this is you. So I don't know if you're taking responsibility for his actions. Well, I spend too much, so he has to work more, and maybe he has to do the things that make the money that aren't really legal, but he does it because I spend so much, or I'm really expensive, or what? No. No, this is not your fault. Wanting him to be in his truth and be, and be the king of the household as you are your own queen. This is not your fault. This is something that you need to observe and say, hey, partner, hello, partner, this isn't cool. I would want you to call me out on my bullshit. Why don't grow your ovaries and call him out on his bullshit, okay? In the past, it looks like we had the Eight of Wands, so it looks like we've lost everything before. So I do feel like this has happened before, where you've lost a little bit of everything, and maybe you even split up. And, in that tornado, you guys found yourself back, and maybe you guys did have some really honest conversations, and, maybe you became even better friends in the process. But here's the thing, keep going, okay? I don't think this is a complete loss for you. The Chariot, yeah. So it looks like you've been contemplating this for a while. The Chariot is typically a karmic sweep of things. And really, either way you go, you are going to be just fine. The obstacles will be removed. So you need to either decide, like, are these things that you can talk about and honestly, like, be in a place of forgiveness and compassion, and really love this person through this stuff? Or, you know, for instance, I left my spouse of 20 years, and I knew I just couldn't anymore. Like, I knew I forgave him for the things that he did, but I could not lay down with him because I saw too much. I would never forget that. And I couldn't lay down with him anymore after that. So take that for what it's worth. So it does look like you're going to have an offering here. Even if you don't, if you just sit there, I think you're going to have an offer from him, and maybe he's going to throw more money at you. But I feel like he wants you to be yummier too. Like, and I don't mean yummy like put on more lipstick or get more, injectables or lose weight. I don't feel like that. I feel like he really wants to come forward and be like, I want this with you, and I want to quit doing whatever this is that I'm doing. And I feel like this is like a new lease on things. So I really, really hope that you decide to step forward and ask him about the things. Ace of Swords. So it looks like Spirit has been giving you like nods of like, hey, this isn't good. Hey, here's your sign. Hey, here's a sign of your sign. Hey, here's another sign. Like, I feel like Spirit is constantly like giving you a sign, and you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, well, but he's giving us such a nice life. Like, that's not it, ma'am. It's not it. Okay, what's going on around you is your intuition. And I do feel like your spirit guides have been like touching your womb space and being like, hey, like, this isn't right. You shouldn't be doing this. It's High Priestess energy. You literally have had physical, observations of things that are physical. You've seen it with your third eye, you've felt it, and you literally have thought and seen it. Like, it's right there in front of you. You don't need a signier sign, Pisces. Hopes and dreams. Okay. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. So, and it was in reverse. I do feel like that's your biggest fear, is like losing your entire family. I think with you pulling yourself forward and asking those hard questions, I think it's completely possible to keep it together. I really do. The Ten of Pentacles to me is like the most beautiful card ever. It's wealth. It's the strong house. It's the children are happy. The cats are even happy. The dog is there. The dog is like your spiritual companion. Like, you're right with Spirit. I do feel like everything is going to work out. The fear was that it wasn't. But you really have to dig deep, Pisces, and just ask those questions, those hard ones that you don't want to ask because maybe you don't want to know. But again, you've been shown over and over and over again that this needs to be discussed, okay? Otherwise, it could get really, really ugly. Final outcome is hope. The Star card, the Aquarius energy. And really, it's always at night, and this is ultimate feminine spirit, okay? Aquarius is connected to the earth, connected to water and feelings, connected to the sky and the moon and the stars. And it's just the ultimate hope of everything, okay? So I think there is really a lot of hope for you, Pisces, in this reading. I just hope that you start having the conversations that you should have. And I think your Leo, Sag, Aries man is more than happy to have them. He might be a little flustered at first, and he might puff up his chest a little bit, like, that's not true, but I do think you're going to see a vulnerable side of him that is going to be so grateful that you took this mask off, and be so grateful that you allowed him to tell his truth finally, because I feel like he's been keeping a secret for a long time. All right, Pisces, best wishes to you, and I look forward to talking to you in a couple of weeks. Toodaloo.